Let the whole world know.
Hello and welcome to the Talk Football podcast. This is TFP #11 and we are joined by Eric, the Muldoon fella, and we are going to talk everything Manchester United. I have my co-host with me, Adam, and let's say welcome to Eric. Welcome, Eric, to the show.
Yes, welcome.
Hey, young guys. How you doing?
Brilliant, mate. Thank you so much for coming on. For a start, I'll say you're one of a few from outside of our social circle that we've managed to tempt onto the show. So yeah, we much appreciate it.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having us on. Extending the open invite. Just seeing up there, I was like, you know what? Worst case scenario, they don't get back to us. So let's see what happens. And yeah, here we are.
Here we are. And yeah, we're going to talk Manchester United. Predominantly, we're going to concentrate obviously on the managerial situation and get your thoughts on the season so far, the whole Amorim thing, and now with obviously Super Mickey Carrick.
Yeah, no, God, where do we start on this one? because honestly, Carrick is coming in and doing a job that. Carrick's coming in and doing a job that Amorim just has been failing to do with near the same crop of players. Like, okay, I know injuries have come up, and to be fair, there's still some of those injuries staying with the Carrick team. I mean, for example, Mason Mount is still out, but Carrick is going to experience a couple of injuries throughout the team. But it's also the fact that, Amorim knew AFCON was coming up, didn't prepare for it. We lost Ahmad, we lost Mbeumo, we lost Mazraoui, and yep, just those three. So without those three, and they are key players, Amorim failed to have a plan B for them, despite knowing that this was going to come up. And yeah, okay, fair enough. Like I said, okay, injuries did not help. Loss of Bruno Fernandes, Kobbie Mainoo, the aforementioned Mason Mount, but still, he was so dead set on just getting a front three sorted out. But the second then, he realized, oh wait, I actually might need a midfielder here. All of a sudden, time's up, and that's completely gonzo. It's fair enough. We brought in Benjamin Sesko for how much was that? 60 70 odd million.
Yeah,
60 odd. Okay, brought in Benjamin Sesko, put him in a system that does not benefit him. I'm sorry, the 3-4-2-1 or 3-4-3, whichever people want to call it, Amorim, it strangled a striker because it took everything out of Xerxes. Huijsen barely got a shot off a game when he was up front with us. And you look at Sesko, couldn't get anything going. Then the second we changed to a formation where he's the long man on top, all of a sudden he's able to score again. It's absolutely insane that he was just going to waste. Well, at the time, yeah, it was a bit of a waste with Sesko, putting in so much for a guy who your system actively and has a track record of starving strikers, not being able to get them to latch onto any real chances. I get it worked in Portugal, but for God's sake, in Portugal, Darwin Núñez looked like an absolute world beater.
Yeah, you know it. Yeah,
it was nice to see Sesko score. To be fair, you could see his face when he scored. His face told the whole story.
Yeah,
the
relief.
It's a strange one with Amorim, because the couple of good results that you did get was when he changed formation, and he was almost reluctant to that, and then that was when the press conferences started, almost goading the board into trying to sack him, which I just felt was very, very strange behaviour.
Yeah, it's like okay, fair enough. Your style of play is not working. We can call a spade here. 15th in the league with United is diabolical and nearly worthy of a sack. Losing to Spurs in a European final is again, that's strike two right there. And then, but then it's the fact that you go up against Grimsby and they play you off the park. Come on, man! You have to realize there is a problem with your system at the fundamental level. There's something wrong with it. And yes, we can use the whole thing of, oh well, he didn't get his players in, but still, okay, you haven't got your players in, so why are you trying to adapt everyone to your system when you know it's not going to work? It's literally shooting yourself in the foot multiple times over and over again and expecting different results. What is actually going on in terms of that? And the stubbornness honestly cost them in terms of that. Just in terms of basic results, because I mean, the aforementioned Grimsby game, Fulham at the Craven Cottage won all. I mean, we're talking very early in the season. We played Brighton the first time as well. Or was it Brighton this season or was it last season?
It
might be
the
confusing with last season.
Yeah,
could have been. Yeah, but yeah,
do you know what?
the pattern. Yeah, go on, Ed. Sorry.
Do you know what made me laugh with Amarin? Did you see him after his sacking?
Yeah, smiling, walking away.
Yeah, he's like relieved. It's like he was smiling.
To be
like
fair,
nice payout, like, but yeah.
I mean, we could. I'm sure actually we can get you back on to talk about on a different subject to talk about the ownership, because you've probably got a lot to say on that. And I think maybe, him having to work under that structure probably didn't help, and it probably fed into his stubbornness actually as well.
Yeah. I mean, especially with the whole thing where he's back and forth with mostly Wilcox on okay, you need to adapt a bit more of going towards a 4 at the back, and like I get okay, you've a board member telling you what to do, but sometimes you just got to smile and swallow the shit sandwich you're being served, because guess what? He was getting more results when he did adapt in game. Something people were screaming out for him to do. Come up with a plan B. Like, yes, obviously we all want plan A to go, we all want plan A to go to plan and actually work at its benefit, because there was points of the season where it did. I mean, against Chelsea, against Liverpool, against Brighton 4-2 at Old Trafford, against Sunderland at Old Trafford. Like, there was times where his plan was going through fruition. However, when it got figured out, there was nothing. There was no. What's your plan? What's your plan B? Sub on Harry Maguire as a striker in the 70th minute and Manuel Ugarte? Jesus Christ.
But surely as a manager, you're seeing them changes working. Surely you think, right, something's going on here. They're working. We need to adapt to this. We need to do it. We need to keep doing this every game.
I just think he probably got to a point where I think even as much as 6 months ago, where I think he just pretty much, to me, it looked like he just didn't care. I think he knew that he weren't going to get players in of the caliber that he would want in that, say, back three that would fit around playing that system. That the whole Kobbie Mainoo thing was just such a strange, when you would think even in the system that he wanted to play, actually Kobbie Mainoo would have fitted that, playing like a Kobbie Mainoo in that sort of holding stroke 8 role with Bruno in front of that, with players inverting from like the left wing back, right wing back sort of thing to make up numbers in the middle and stuff like that. That would have kind of worked. And isolating him out as a player, continuously playing Casemiro, very, very strange.
Yeah, but look at Casemiro now. Look what he's doing now. The manager's gone. Says everything.
And he's going.
And he's going now. Yeah, but he's scoring. Yeah. And it's nice to see him score, to be fair. I actually enjoyed watching United the other night. Really enjoyed watching him. And that's first time.
I mean, that's one thing we'll come on to actually is actually the fact that since he's gone, even though you're shipping a few goals, that feel-good factor feels to be back.
Yeah. Honestly, like 3 on the spin. It took Carrick 3 games to do that. It took Ruben Amorim 14 months. Like, come on, man. And yeah, fair enough. We were shipping some goals. City, we played them off the park at Old Trafford. I don't think anyone can deny that. Especially those who actually watched the game.
Brilliant game. Do you know what? It was the energy. Everyone was running. Everyone was making that 10-yard sprint to close it. Close the possession down. Not allow Man City to sit in a pattern and allow them to dictate play. Everyone was in. Everyone had bought in that. Okay, come on, let's just have a go. Let's see what happens. Let's have a go. Let's push them.
Yeah, and we played them off back. Genuinely could have been 5 or 6 now. I'm not even talking just the offside goals we had. I mean, Casemiro had an absolute sitter. It's only thanks to Donnarumma, his reflexes genuinely has saved City more times than what people will tell you this season. Like, if they didn't have him in net, this season, like what's it? Okay, Spurs are struggling. Newcastle are struggling. Liverpool are inconsistent as hell. Chelsea, inconsistent. United, inconsistent. If City didn't have Donnarumma, they would probably be below Liverpool in the league. And I'm not making jokes here. I'm actually being serious here. Like,
which makes me look more of an idiot, because I'd sit them at the start of the season for the title.
Well, you would. Everyone would, because it's Man City. Like, it's like not tipping Real Madrid or Bayern Munich to win the Champions League. I mean, it's the obvious answer, but it's more likely gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's the reason why he's gone out and spent 20 million on Mark Gahey, because he knows that they were vulnerable at the back.
Yeah, and then a further 60 million on Semedo for some reason. I think because Doku got injured.
Doku's injured, yeah.
Yeah, which
I don't think it's long term. And and obviously Semedo can play across anywhere across that front line, so he's a versatile player for them. I mean, obviously with Carrick in charge, I mean, your January business was always going to be a bit limited as well. So they didn't really bring, faces in, etc. in this window.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could have any manager in the dugout and it would be a limited transfer window. I mean, it was like the last good bit of business United did in January was 6 years ago, and we signed Bruno Fernandes. Other than that, it's either loan signing, it's either loan signings, we offload some dead wood and get a like for like replacement, and by like for like I mean literally another piece of dead wood. We sign like what was it, Weghorst, yes. Weghorst on loan. Igalo on loan. Sabitzer on loan, who, okay, fair enough, he was actually decent, but injuries riddled him during his time at United. Like, we never really do anything in January anymore. It's because we just go big during the summer. We essentially blow the budget in the summer. And to be fair, like this season, yeah, we had, by our own standards, a very smaller budget compared to what we usually do, because no European football, there was clauses not met in our sponsorships, meaning they didn't have to pay us as much, as well as then the 220 million spent over the summer on Mbeumo, Cunha, Sesko, and Le Mans.
I mean, I think you've actually made some, in terms of those forward areas, those signings have been very, very. I like Cunha. I've rated him ever since I saw him, come into Wolves. Very, very good player. Sesko is a little bit of a Hoyland sort of punt about it in terms of the transfer, because he's a young player. You're never quite sure if they're going to adapt to the Premier League, but he's got the tools. You can see that with Sesko, the raw tools are there. It's just finding that way to unlock it. And then Mbeumo, that's just a Prem ready player. So, done great things for Brentford, and a very, very good and clever signing. Can play multiple positions across the front line. And yeah, I mean, he's hit the ground running pretty much at United. I think he's been good for you.
Yeah, I mean, arguably, Mbeumo's been our best signing. The only other player I'd say is up there is Le Mans, because good Lord, how nice is it to actually see a goalkeeper who can catch a ball? What a concept!
and has passion for the game as well. Yeah. Looks like he enjoys every single game he plays.
Yeah,
I like
just half-assing it.
I think he's a good keeper. Yeah,
and speaking
and it is worth remembering he's young and all, so it's not like an established keeper. He's only 23, so it's a young goalkeeper, so he'll grow with the club.
Do you know how I love him, Man United? Bruno Fernandes. His passion for that club is ridiculous.
I don't know. There's the things about Bruno that really, really wind me up. Don't get me wrong, quality on the ball, amazing, good character. He has. Passion. Yeah,
look at when Amram was in charge.
He was the arms and.
Yeah, but that's passion, though, isn't it? He loves the game, which you do the same. If that was you and your team wasn't getting its own way, you would be doing that yourself. And that's what I loved about him. When Amram was in charge, he was still shouting at the players.
Yeah,
and
I'll be punching Diego Dallo in the throat.
I'd be punching Amram, to be fair. Say, look, what are you doing with this team? Sort it out.
Yeah. So we'll push on from there on for that, and to where you currently are, which is the feel good factor under Mr. Carrick.
Well, going back to what I was saying earlier, played City off the park at Old Trafford, genuinely could have been 5 or 6-0. Arsenal then going to the Emirates, I think before that game, it was 24 games when they took the lead, didn't drop points. They went on to winning positions from there. We're the first and so far only team to do that for them this season, which, I'll take that, no bother. But fair enough. Okay, but that Arsenal played their game for the opening 30 minutes. They got their goal, which bit jammy, deflected off Martinez's leg. Not much you can do about that. But then, that just woke us the hell up. And ever since then, we didn't leave them alone. Yeah. We kept hitting them, waiting for them to strike back, catch them on the counter, and it did work. It's how we wound up getting the winner. But it was the fact that there was a game plan there. We knew how to beat. We were going up against a team that we knew how to beat if we played a certain way that was different to what we did, which shows that Michael Carrick has tactical adaptability, something Ruben Amorim just did not have.
Yeah,
Carrick's
a very good coach. I actually thought he did a very, very good job at Middlesbrough. I think it was a bit unfortunate at the time that when they started the season that he got sacked in. I think that he was unfortunate to get dismissed at Middlesbrough. I thought he'd done a very good job. Come close, obviously, getting them promoted. So I think I think a lot of people may, if you don't actually look at Carrick's coaching history in terms of what he has done, I think people maybe see it as that sort of like, like that typical caretaker type appointment where you just put, you've put the kit man in charge or whatever, But Carrick has some real tactical ability. He's a very, very good coach.
Yeah, I do completely agree with that. I mean, look, Middlesbrough, like his time is going to be seen as a failure because he didn't get them promoted. But I mean, that's half the Championship managers. They're seen as failures because they didn't get, they didn't get Watford promoted. They didn't get, Sunderland promoted a couple of times. I know Sunderland in the Premier League now, but I mean, so many clubs that they do pump the money in, it just doesn't go their way, and then obviously the manager's the bad guy. When in reality, fair enough, there might have been one or two drop points here and there, but ultimately. Championship is a completely different beast to the Premier League because Premier League you're considered a success if you keep a team in it. Championship you're considered a failure if you can't get out of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we may well see that this season with Coventry because I mean they're on the free fall at the moment. They were absolutely. But they don't get promoted? Does that make Frank Lampard a bad manager? And I think he could go down that same sort of road as where Carrick went. Where. If they don't get promoted and they start next season a little bit badly, he could go. Could we honestly see Carrick being given a shot at the job? I mean, could this be Solskjaer 2.0?
Okay, well, the parameters were laid out for him. If he does get his UCL, then he is more or less, well, they say he's considered for a job. Let's real, he's more or less guaranteed it because he's taking out over. He's taking out over the edge to what Ruben Amorim was not able to do. The main goal for United this season was Champions League football at all costs. And the fact that, we had so many chances to get into the top four and then, stay around it, but under Amorim bottles it so many times, it was actually laughable. And now Carrick's come in, 3 wins on the trot. He's got the team playing a fluid style that they all know how to play, has backup plans, has options there to bring off the bench if something doesn't go right or someone gets hurt or whatever has you be. Does he get the job? If he gets Champions League, then yes, I reckon he is going to be I reckon he is going to get the full-time gig.
I mean, looking at your next 3 fixtures, home to Spurs, 12:30 kickoff on Saturday, I expect you to win that. It's not often I could look at a game, particularly when it was under Amorim, and go, I can see maybe United dropping points. I actually expect you. I think you might even battle them. And then after that, West Ham away, yet again, winnable game. They've not been great at the London Stadium this season, and even though they've picked up 1 or 2 results recently, we let them have a 2-goal lead, and we came back in the second half after making a couple of changes and battered them. And then you play Everton at the Hill Dickinson away again. Everton adapts into a new stadium and all that. And I think them if you win their next 3 games, you could be nipping at the tail of Aston Villa. Really could be.
And I mean, considering Villa just dropped points there against Brentford, I mean, yeah, it's very possible. I mean, City are still ropey, so dare I say there's a chance we could catch City. Dare I say there's a chance we can catch City then as well?
Yeah, and even then, I mean, if I to push a little bit beyond that, Crystal Palace transitional phase for them again.
Half the team wants to leave.
Yeah, again, I think you mentioned it a little bit earlier. Newcastle are having their struggles this season, coping with playing Champions League as well as the Premier League and that as well. And then home to Villa, yet again, you don't know what Villa's going to turn up. And then it's Bournemouth. So potentially, we're talking possibly a run of maybe 7 quite winnable games. So
yeah, 7 quite winnable games. There's probably going to be 1 or 2 drop results in there. And to be fair, I'm not saying that because I'm just saying that because that's football. That Everton to Hill Dickens, that seems like a winnable game, but Everton like to turn up against United on occasion. West Ham. Yeah, literally. I mean, you'd West Ham then at the London Stadium, played Sunderland off the park. Now I know Sunderland and United, the difference between the two is substantial, but still, they played a team that had a fantastic start and are still doing pretty well. Is Nuno slowly unlocking West Ham? And if he is, does that breed the question? Is this going to be 2 drop points for United?
Yeah.
You can never say never, though, can you, in football? Anything can happen.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean,
and to finish on a little note, I just hope that you, I hope you don't have a winning streak by the time we get to the 18th of April when you play my club.
Ooh, Chelsea at the Bridge. That'll be a good one now.
Yeah.
I hope you smash them.
Yeah, right, yeah. See, I support his team a lot, because he supports Derby County, and I come up there, I go to games, etc. And no, dead against Chelsea.
Where are Derby these days? In the Championship or League One?
They're Championship. They're knocking on the door of the top 6. They just got pushed out of the top 6 actually by Wrexham, who were on a fantastic run themselves. So
Disney FC. Yeah, we've just signed Smodics for Ipswich, so I'm excited to see him. But I don't think he'll play Saturday. I am going Saturday.
Oh, nice one.
So yeah.
Happy
there we
days.
go. But that's our segment on of Ruben Amorim and United going forward. And I think that's I think there's a lot of positives to take.
I do wish United the best of luck, to be fair, because I think they deserve what they've been through with Amorim. I think they deserve something at least.
To be fair, I think the Premier League needs a strong man. I'm not saying that as not necessarily with my Chelsea hat on, because you don't want other teams to do particularly well and finish above you, but I think the Premier League needs a strong Manchester United. We need a bigger team to be able to compete against the likes.
It was just seeing them so low down. It's like you're not used to it. I'm not used to seeing United down that far down the table. It's just not right.
Trust me, neither was I. Neither was I, amigo. What is going on? But no, I mean, you see, you're saying, okay, if United do become strong again, perfect, because the Premier League loves a villain, and who gets more coverage over something going wrong at the club than anyone else. So if United have a string where we're doing good, one bad thing happens, man, we're going to feed families in the media just trying to cover every possible angle of what's going wrong on one small thing, there's a reason why it was, is, and always will be hated, adored, never ignored.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
There we go. What a perfect way! What a perfect way to end this episode.
Yes, definitely. It's been lovely.
So I'll say, listen. I mean, obviously, you're welcome to come on here anytime you want. We'll message and then anytime you want to come on, have a rant or praise the way it's going. We'll do that. We've got other subjects that we will touch on with you as well, particularly the ownership. Because
that'll be a long one.
Plenty to say on that.
That'll be a longer, more wordier one.
I hope so. It'll be fun. So thank you, Eric. Please make sure you go and follow Eric on his socials at the Muldoon Fella on TikTok. Do you have a YouTube that goes with that as well, or Insta?
I don't have a YouTube. I've debated on the idea. Still up in the air on it.
Just TikTok go for it. At the minute, is it? Is it just TikTok?
Yeah, it's just TikTok. All the other socials kind of keep them private for the time being. Might make an associate one for them just for content and stuff, and then keep personal life personal and all that.
So what I'll do is I'll pop it up next to this. I'll pop it up right next to you, so people can, and obviously I'll pop it in the description as well.
Yeah, links will be in the description.
Follow, etc.
So there we go.
Thanks very much, guys.
That has been TFP #11 with Eric, the Muldoon Fella. And like I say, I'm hoping if he's enjoyed himself on this one, we're going to get him back on the show. Do not forget to stick around for the outro on the video where you can see our link to our socials. But if you do want to get in contact with the show, do it through our socials on the TikTok, on the Instagram, and do it the old-fashioned way, what we call the virtual pen and paper, by emailing us on talkfootballpdc@gmail.com. If you're interested in coming on as a guest on the show, then get in contact with us. It doesn't matter who you support, what league, wherever you are in the world. And we've already had some interest from people from like South America and African football. So hopefully we'll be getting them on soon. And just come and talk football with us.
Yes. I've been Adam.
He's been Adam. I've been Hodgie.
Yes.
And I've been Eric.
Eric.
Thanks for joining us, Eric, once again. Much
appreciated. Thank you so much for having us. thank you so much for having us on, guys. I really appreciate it.
No worries. See you on the next show.
See you on the next show, and thanks for watching.
Adios.